What's up, everybody? It's time to pour a little hood into your morning coffee. Today we're going to talk about the top 10 cheapest cities for real estate in the state of Florida. In the last 4 months, about 4 YouTubers have made a video about the top 10 cheapest places to buy real estate in the state of Florida. And guess what? They have no idea what they're talking about. So I'm going to give you guys the real top 10 cheapest places to buy real estate in the state of Florida. When it comes to real estate, you get what you pay for. Now, believe it or not, an empty lot in Naples, Florida, which is one of the most expensive places in the entire state, costs the same as an empty lot in North Florida, which is the cheapest part of the state. For example, an acre of land in the Golden Gate Estates in Naples costs the same as an acre of land in North Florida. So what's the difference? The acre of land in Naples, Florida has to have $20,000 to $40,000 in fill to raise the elevation before you can build. It's not really the value of the land that's more expensive, it's the impact fees, it's the labor fees that vary from place to place, utilities that you're going to be hooking into in that particular city. So when you calculate all that, your final product will have a different price in different parts of the state. But in general, land costs the same, and availability of low-income property varies throughout the state. For example, a mobile home in OTown Florida, which is in the absolute middle of nowhere, on an acre is about $55,000 to $60,000. There are hundreds and thousands of trailers out in the woods in North Florida. However, in Naples, Florida, you don't have that. So it's the availability of a certain type of real estate that makes an area more affordable versus others. So while you would normally think that you could not get a mobile home for $30,000 or $40,000 in Naples, Florida, actually you can. In fact, if you go to communities like Copeland, which are 40 miles inland in Collier County, you will find that there are mobile homes in that price range. Now, they are few and they are far between, but it costs the same. And if you think about it, those mobile homes in North Florida are the same distance from Ocala or Gainesville as these mobile homes out in the woods or in the estates way out in Collier County. So it really comes down to it's almost all the same. The only thing that varies throughout the state is the availability. And like I said, in Naples, Florida, all the construction is brand new because of zoning. All the construction is communities and private golf courses, so there really aren't many options that are affordable. But when they come on the market, they cost about the same as anywhere else in the state. In other words, if you're looking for a lot of options and you have a limited income, you're going to find that you'll be better off looking in cheaper parts of the state. So there are affordable options in expensive places. There's just few and far between. That's why these online lists that these people are going by, they're just looking at what real estate is selling for. So they really have no idea what they're talking about, because 80% of the real estate in some parts of Florida is mobile homes on an acre, where here in Naples, Florida, 95% of the real estate is big houses in private communities. So you're not comparing apples to apples. So when you compare apples to apples, these are the real top 10 cheapest places to buy real estate in the state of Florida. Number 10 on the list is Newport Richey in Hudson, Florida. Now, this area was more affordable 6 months ago than it is now, because real estate in Florida changes quickly, to the point where I almost did not include them on this list. That's why they're number 10. It's because of how quickly the real estate changes in Florida. What is affordable today may not be affordable tomorrow. And Newport Richey and Hudson was affordable 6 months to a year ago. However, quickly the real estate is changing in this area because people from the Tampa Bay area are taking up these properties. Now, you get what you pay for. You remember at the beginning of the video I said in Florida you get what you pay for. It has to do with proximity to the Gulf, proximity to the beaches, or proximity to something else. In this case, Newport Richey and Hudson have proximity to crime and a drug problem in Pasco County. Therefore, their real estate is a lot cheaper than in other places. However, people are starting to buy up those properties because Tampa Bay has gotten more expensive, and people are actually willing to make that commute into Tampa. So it's something that's not going to last forever. But Hudson, Newport Richey, if you bought 2 or 3 years ago, you did amazing, because that real estate's going up. Going into number 9, not too far away from the Tampa Bay area, is Lake Panasoski, or Lake Pantyhose, the way I say it, because I don't know how to pronounce it properly. Even though it has proximity to Interstate 75, the Villages, which is the fastest growing community in Florida, and Tampa Bay area, for some reason, this place is going nowhere. And it's because there's a lot of poverty here. People here really don't want to change. They don't want development to come in. They like to live the way they like to live. There's a lot of trash, there's a lot of beat up properties, there's a lot of real extreme poverty, and even though this place has proximity to some gray areas, it's really not going anywhere. There's also a huge drug problem which keeps a lot of people away, makes a lot of people afraid to buy real estate in this little town. The lake itself has amazing fishing. If you're willing to put up with crime, poverty, and maybe some drug use, and maybe somebody breaking into your house when you're not home, then maybe this is a place for you. If you're willing to put up with all that and the proximity to all those elements, this is one of the cheapest, most affordable places to buy real estate in the state of Florida. You can really get an amazing deal if you're willing to put up with the element that is present in this place. However, your investment there may not really grow or appreciate into anything. This is a place that the people that live there don't want it to change, so it probably won't change. Moving on to number 8, in Citrus County is the city of Beverly Hills. Now, the center of Beverly Hills is a grid pattern, houses that are like from the 70s. People say it's horrible. However, I've talked to a lot of people who've lived there. Some of them complain about drugs, some of them complain about drugs, and others complain about drugs. They all complain about drugs. Some of them say it's bearable, some of them say it's completely unbearable. So the grid pattern of Beverly Hills, you can get a house, livable, concrete block house, redone, remodeled for like $95,000. And actually, 2 years ago, you would have got it for about $60,000. Therefore, they're building a lot of new communities nearby. You can get a brand new house for $160,000 in a community like the ones we're looking at here. It's a place that I think will grow. People do give this place a bad fame. Actually, Beverly Hills, Florida is on some of the internet list of one of the worst places to live in Florida due to crime, due to drugs, due to a bunch of other reasons. However, if you're okay with that, you are in Citrus County, which is a great place. You're seeing a lot of development in the area, so it may be a good place to invest. Now, as far as living there, a lot of people do complain about the drug situation. It is a problem in that community, and it is one of the cheapest places to buy property in the state of Florida. Number 7 on the list is Sebring, Florida. If you don't mind watching hand-to-hand drug transactions right in your front yard, Sebring, Florida may be perfect for you. You can get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath concrete block house for as low as $70,000. You get what you pay for. Keep that in mind. And in Sebring, Florida, you get drug dealers. You will get drug addicts coming into your neighborhood to buy the drugs from other small towns. It's in the center of Florida. It's right in the heart of Florida. So all these rural people come into Sebring to get their drugs and record rap music videos. And if you're standing in the way, you gotta look fly, dawg. One of the biggest complaints the residents of Sebring, Florida have is that when they're trying to record a rap music video, an old lady in a Cadillac pulls up and it just doesn't look cool and they have to take that shot again. And just when they're ready to make that rap music video look really, really good, another elderly person in a Plymouth Voyager pulls up and it ruins the whole video shoot. It's really hard to record a rap music video when there's old people walking around, walking their dogs. It's a mix between elderly people and ghetto people, and that's what you get in Sebring, Florida. If you're old, you're getting a really good deal on a property. If you're young, it's really hard to record a rap music video where there's elderly people walking around. It doesn't make your hood look tough enough for YouTube. However, number 6 on the list is not too far away, Avon Park. There they have got rid of their elderly people and they've just left the hood people, so you can go about making your rap video without an elderly person getting in the way and falling over, and it's just you have to help them, and it doesn't make you look tough. Well, anyways, number 6 on the list is Avon Park, Florida. The real estate out here is cheap. There's so much affordable real estate. You can buy for $80,000 a duplex, live one side, rent the other to a drug dealer, and get a discount on your crack if that's what you're into. I mean, you're his landlord. He's got to hook you up, right? You're looking at the projects here, okay? Public housing in Avon Park, Florida is the nicest public housing you're going to find in the entire state of Florida. You have a beach and a lake, and that's not like an ocean beach. You might get eaten by an alligator, but nonetheless, you have to get rid of these poor people somehow, and putting a beach with alligators right across the projects has really helped the government reduce the cost of housing so many people. You can get a government housing with a lake view and a beach in Avon Park, Florida. It's affordable and you can really get nice real estate. Even if you're in government housing, you can get good real estate in Avon Park, Florida. It's affordable and it's one of those places where you can really make your money go a long way. A little bit hood out there, I guess, and then you're in the middle of nowhere. But there are stores and stuff in Sebring, like a Walmart or something. It's like they don't have like a mall, but they have like a Walmart. Moving on to number 5, Live Oak, Florida has proximity to Interstate 10, and that's about it. If you look on realtor websites, you will realize that around Live Oak, there's a lot of really good deals. You get a trailer out in the woods. Now, it is a little bit country, it's a little bit isolated, and you'll have leftover money to buy a Hummer or an F-350 if you buy a property out there. They're really affordable, and I guess there's natural springs in the area. You don't have any beaches, but there's a lot of good bass fishing. You're not too far from the Swanee River. There's a few things you can do. For the most part, it's a boring place, and the real estate is affordable. So, hey, Live Oak, Florida, nothing special to see, nothing interesting to see, but it is affordable. And some of those properties are 10, 20 acres. You can really get a lot for your money if you're looking for land. Number 4 on the list is Williston, Florida. This little country town has a lot of real estate all the way around it. You can really do good in Williston if you're looking for a mobile home out in the middle of the woods or a little city in the house. Real estate is affordable. There's a few things in town as far as gas station stores, a few little restaurants. It's one of those places where like you have that like Midwest, really country, small town feel. So if you're looking for that, Williston, Florida may be your area. Some of the more remote rural areas do have a drug problem. Again, you get what you pay for in Florida. Number 3 on the list is Interlation. Interlacion? I don't know how it's pronounced. This little area has a lot of real estate. There's still properties from like 2007, 2008 from the crash that are still empty out there. It's one of those places where you can really get a deal on real estate. Now, some of these country roads are backwards. There's not a lot going on back there. There's not a lot of economy. There's nothing going on. Somehow, a lot of houses were built out there, and some of them are still empty. And there's also Keystone Heights nearby, which is also on this list. So this area, you'll get a great deal. There's a lot of real estate. For some reason, they built a lot of new stuff out there, so you can actually get big houses for a great deal out there. The center of town has like a McDonald's and like a market and like some gas stations. You have the basic stuff, and the properties are really spread out. There's a lot of lakes. If you're looking for a quiet, rural place, this is probably it. The deals on real estate out there are amazing. The properties are very isolated, and the mosquitoes, because of the lakes, can be horrible at times. I know Hawthorne, Florida is not too far away. You're going to be commuting to Gainesville or Palatka, and you will deal with mosquitoes. The mosquitoes in this area are horrible, but you can get good land. You can get a lot of privacy. So it's not for everybody, but there are some amazing real estate deals in this part of Florida. I don't think the drug problem is as bad here as in other places. At least the properties are spread out a lot, so you don't have too many people with close proximity to each other, and that's pretty much good. I mean, it's not great, it's not perfect, but there are real estate deals out there to be found, so just look for them on the internet and you'll find them. And you're nearby to Hawthorne, which there's not much there, and there's a brand new highway that goes straight into Gainesville, so at least if you're commuting into Gainesville, you're on a two-way highway that just got finished, so at least you have easy access to Gainesville, Florida. There's a lot of Puerto Ricans moving into the Orlando area, especially after the hurricane that destroyed Puerto Rico, and a lot of the Puerto Ricans are resettling in this area, so that could help fill in some of these properties and bring in new businesses. A lot of Puerto Ricans definitely showing up all over this part of Florida. If they establish a community here, it's going to make a lot of restaurants, it's going to make a lot of business, and it's going to make the area grow, and it's going to help fill in some of those voids with the empty properties, and a lot of those properties are just sit on the market for a long time and don't go anywhere. Number 2 on the list is Keystone Heights. Guns are actually considered a gift here. This place is rural. It's not too far from number 3 on the list. They're very similar places, except for Keystone has a little bit more industry. Lots of open land, lots of houses separated from each other, lots of houses that were built and nobody lived in. You'll get privacy out there. You'll get a great deal. There's a lot of lakes and good bass fishing. Keystone might be right for you. Moving on to number 1. OTown Florida. OTown is one of the most affordable places in the state of Florida. However, the littering situation out there is horrible. People throw garbage everywhere. You really get what you pay for. You can get a mobile home, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath on 2 acres for as low as $50,000 or $60,000. The real estate out there is so affordable. However, you get what you pay for. There's nothing out there. People litter. There's tires. There's garbage. There's meth being produced in the backwoods. I mean, it's affordable, but there's a reason why it's affordable. OTown Florida, if you just want the property and you're willing to overlook the meth lab next door and the meth lab next door and then the meth lab next to that, OTown Florida may be for you. The properties out there are incredibly affordable. However, like I said, I will repeat, there's a reason why it's affordable. Who needs a road? Paved roads, that's a thing of the past. That doesn't exist in OTown Florida. If you move here, you're not going to get paved roads. You're not going to get any services. People don't even pay to get rid of their garbage. They just dump it out by the road. You do have the Swanee River, which is beautiful, and they have Swanee bass, which you cannot catch anywhere else in Florida. And the bass fishing, I was talking to some guys that fish out there. The fishing is incredible, and there's a lot of really good isolated fishing. But if you're looking at buying property in OTown Florida, just keep in mind you're going to be offered dirt road, which will probably never get paved, and you'll probably have to remove old tires from the road every once in a while just so you can make it to your property. There seems to be a lot of lawlessness out there. Now, they do have this barbecue place in Fanning Springs, which is not too far away, and they have amazing barbecue. It's some of the best barbecue that I've had in Florida for a while. And barbecue is important to me. If it's important to you, you might like OTown Florida. So if you're okay living on a dirt road where people dump garbage and amazing barbecue and amazing fishing, OTown Florida may be for you. If you like going out shopping, it will not be for you.